Well, welcome to an NFL schedule special release Damon Bruce show brought to you by Ike Sandwiches. It is awesome to have you here for a later than normal Damon Bruce show. A couple of reasons for that. Number one, Ozzy was home on a sick day, so I couldn't go at live at 11. It was a sick day for a 2.5-year-old, and I think he's playing hooky. He's really not that sick at all. Number two, we needed to wait until 5 o'clock to get the NFL schedule, and I am sitting here just refreshing, waiting for the schedule to officially hit ESPN.com or even NFL.com. You figured it would go to NFL.com first, but maybe they're going to go ahead. Oh, boom, there it is. Hold on. What do we got here? What do we got? This is the 2024 schedule. No, this is we got it. We got ourselves an NFL schedule. Now, we knew about primetime games before this whole thing started. Now we are finding out, as we all know, and again, welcome here. We got ourselves a schedule. Let's talk some football. Are you ready? So what we got for the 49ers, as you all know, a week 1 opener, Monday Night Football, New York Jets. Week 2, heading to Minnesota. We found out earlier today that the 49ers would not be crossing an ocean to go play the Vikings in London. I thought that there was a very good chance that that would happen because the Niners are such a massive global brand. I thought that bringing the Niners to London might have been a priority for the NFL this year, but no, that is not what happened. And it's going to be Jets, Vikings, and week 3 also on the road, right down to SoFi Stadium, Levi's South, Candlestick South, to take on the Los Angeles Rams for their first NFC West game of the year. Then it is the AFC East visiting once again. First 2 home games against AFC East opponents. The New England Patriots are coming in week 4, and then it's the Arizona Cardinals in week 5. First road game. Well, not first road game in the division. They've already played down at SoFi, but on Thursday night, they're heading to Seattle. We knew that for week 6. Then it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs at home week 7. That is a game that leaked just the other day, and we knew that the Chiefs were going to be here. That's probably, you want a couple of back-to-back games? Here's their toughest stretch of the season. I don't even have to see how the season ends. At Seattle in week 6, Kansas City home week 7, Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys at home, at Tampa Bay the following week in week 10. Week 11, it's the Seattle Seahawks again. Then out to Green Bay for a week 12 game. It's going to be a Sunday afternoon, so hopefully a little sunshine will be keeping that game a little warm for you. And the cold weather games that you hope to get out of cold weather cities before they turn to ultra cold, no luck in that. Green Bay Packers week 12, that is November 24th. And then on December 1st, you are in Buffalo. I mean, that might be a game where the 49ers stay, somewhere in the Midwest instead of flying all the way back to go from Green Bay all the way back to Santa Clara to go back to the other side of the country to Buffalo. That could be their they stayed somewhere that week plan. Week 15, it's the Rams. Week 16 in Miami. So no extreme weather in the Dolphins. The oppressive heat of the early season won't be down there come 3 days before Christmas. Where I'm surprised the NFL didn't get more aggressive in this schedule is it is the rematch of the NFC title game in week 17 on Monday night. And look, either the 49ers or the Lions could put themselves in position to where that game doesn't matter nearly as much as it might have earlier on in the season. The 49ers will end their year at Arizona. And look, what do we know about the Arizona Cardinals other than somehow, some way, they are always slightly a pain in the ass. Preseason begins at Tennessee, then New Orleans, and then at the Las Vegas Raiders in the third preseason game. But there you go. Home to the Jets on Monday night. At Minnesota, week 2, week 3 at Los Angeles, week 4, the New England Patriots, week 5, Arizona at home, week 6, it's a Thursday night game at Seattle, week 7, It's got to be the Fox game of the week. That could be Tom Brady coming back. That's definitely going to be Tom Brady coming back to the Bay Area to do a 49ers Kansas City Chiefs game. Then we're going to have the Dallas Cowboys, Week 8, Week 10 at Tampa, Week 11, Seattle, Week 12 at Green Bay, Week 13 at Buffalo, the Bears, the Rams, Week 14, 15 at Miami in Week 16, Detroit and Arizona. Well. How about that? What did I do? I didn't click out. There we go. We're back. It is good to have you here. Certainly a very, very big stretch of that season in the middle of it. There was going to be no respite for the 49ers anywhere in this schedule. I did a video a week ago when we just knew home and road opponents, not even knowing how they come out, not even knowing the order in which they will be played. It was a brutal schedule just in its conception. Now you look at it and there really is no, you get a couple easy weeks here for the 49ers. Nothing in the NFL is ever easy, but this schedule is a monster. It's an absolute monster. There's no doubt about it. The only break that maybe the 49ers catch is Minnesota, historically a tough place for the Niners to play. They're still going to be very much in their early growing pains with either a new quarterback or their rookie Bo Nix. So that is going to be maybe the break that the 49ers get. You're going to be taking on Minnesota, a team that could be dangerous early on in the year. But outside of that, week 4, home to New England, that's probably as easy as it gets. Again, I'm never comfortable calling any Arizona Cardinal game easy. I've watched Arizona with Josh Dobbs give the 49ers trouble. So if that's Kyler Murray, that feels like more trouble. There's no such thing as an easy division opponent, but that is a brutal stretch between week 6 and week 13. And look, you can even extend that through week 15, through 6 and 15. It's just a monster. Week 6 through 15 at Seattle, Kansas City, Dallas, at Tampa Bay, Seattle, at Green Bay, at Buffalo, Chicago, Los Angeles Rams, at the Miami Dolphins. Who knows what the Dolphins look like at that point in time? Then the Detroit Lions. The only reason why I'm not going to throw the Detroit Lions into that mega stretch of pain is because that game's so late. Who knows who's healthy, who's playing, what situations these teams are in at that particular time. But this is going to be there's a lot of flights to the East Coast. I read somewhere today, I believe from Kyle Posey, might have been the author of this, that the 49ers are going to put the 5th most air miles under their team airplanes' wings this season. So an awful lot of time in the air for the 49ers. They will fly 24,575 miles this year. That's an awful lot of time in the air, 28 time zones. And are you ready for some football? I'm glad that the schedule was just dropped real quickly here in the show. Again, thanks so much to my sponsors, who I did not get to thank in the normal 11 o'clock hour when we go here on the Plus. My man Ike's Sandwiches are the best sandwiches. Are you thinking about a sandwich for dinner? Probably not. Go get a hearty steak sandwich. Try the Damon Bruce for dinner. Try the Jamie Sirewich delicious fried chicken sandwich. Think about Ike's for dinner. Easy grab and go, easily delivered, wildly satisfying. Very filling. Ike's, it ain't just for lunch, if you don't mind me saying. And of course, you want to really contemplate this schedule. What you should do is print it out the old-fashioned way on a piece of, what do you call these? Is paper. Piece of paper. That's right. This is called paper. Print out the schedule on a piece of paper. Go sit down at the Dubliner and West Portal. Have my man Kenny pull you a Guinness and contemplate. Oh, the great contemplation that can happen at the Dubliner and West Portal. Go ahead and give my sponsors your business. And let me just tell you, before we get back to the business of talking football, I just wanted to extend everyone a very deep thank you. This morning, I found out that we eclipsed 20,000 subscribers in just 14 months. We've eclipsed 20,000 subscribers. I thank you very much. Please subscribe and like and subscribe. I guess that's the proper order to say that phrase. Think about hitting notify. Memberships are available if you want to become a member of the Initiated. There are 100 of you. And thank you very, very much for supporting, the migration of my career to YouTube. I think I've probably taken more Bay Area sports fans and took them from one station to another station to now a channel on YouTube. I think I've moved more sports fans' ears in San Francisco than U-Haul has moved people in or out of the city. I destroyed KNBR when I went to 95.7 The Game. 95.7 A Game, a shell of itself now that I'm not there. And on YouTube, we're just moving and moving and moving and moving, and we're taking the audience and we're pulling them over here. And you will find out that over here is an even better place to be. What an awesome community that we have, an incredible group of people, group of regulars. I mean, just an awful lot of love. And, who else has a show where everyone wants you to stay safe? Smiley Dan. With an emergency, Smiley Dan will get high enough to make sure that you are safe. That's the kind of incredible guy that he is. Week 9 is your bye week. Is that the way it goes here? Week 9 is the bye for the 49ers. So that's right in the middle of the season. Good time to start licking wounds, if you will, or just resting up and getting better and ready to go. ESPN just wants you to be watching ESPN right now. It is, they still have yet to drop the schedule on the schedule page for the 49ers. But just looking at this schedule right now, I mean, if you're going to run up to me and sell me 11 wins, I think I'm going to buy it. I would buy 11-6 right now if you were selling it to me. And you could say, well, are you winning the NFC West with 11 wins? Maybe, probably. Are you going to finish with the best record of the 1 seed? Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, we haven't even seen a roster yet, okay? I mean, we know who the starters are going to be, but the rest of the NFL, we don't even know what these rosters look like. So trying to predict what might, what could, this is not that day. This is a day where we finally get the games in the order in which they get rolled out. And I'm just telling you right now, this order ain't easy. This order ain't easy. So you're going to go week 6 at Seattle on a Thursday night. And then 10 days later, wait a minute. That means you got a week 9 bye. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, because you play on Sunday, October 27th, hosting the Dallas Cowboys, and then the next game is November 11th. So week 9 is definitely your bye week. And I'm already telling you, your preferred road trip. Let's see. It's not like anyone in the Bay Area needs to get out of the Bay in the cold months because you want to get out of the snow here. It's just, it doesn't snow really in San Francisco or Northern California. So your best road game is, I'm telling you, it's probably at Seattle. At Seattle, that Thursday nighter is your best road game of the year to go to. You don't want to be sitting at Lambeau Field in late November. You certainly don't want to be in upstate New York and Buffalo in early December. You want to go to Miami right before Christmas? Go ahead and go to Miami right before Christmas. I do know that if the Dolphins reach any sort of they're thrown off their course. Their year next year doesn't look nearly like their year last year. Dolphins fans will walk away from that team quickly. Miami's a terrible sports town, so you might even get a cheap ticket. But boy, the price of anything the Niners do is just never cheap. The premier home game, there's not even any debating that. It's the team that you just lost a Super Bowl to, Kansas City, but that week 8 game against the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, there's no such thing as a cheap ticket going to a 49er game, and neither one of those are your two most expensive tickets of the year, basically. But here we go. Here we go. We officially have ourselves a schedule. I love it. I hope you like it. I'm looking at this whole thing, and I'm thinking to myself, it's about damn time. Couldn't we have gotten this earlier? Didn't they have this ready to go last week? Some new faces in new places. What's Jordan Love going to look like by week 12 of this year at Green Bay? Because Jordan Love was playing some really, really good football at the end of last year. Josh Allen. Jordan Love, Josh Allen, and then the Rook, the number 1 overall pick, coming in with Chicago in week 14. I mean, are you still a rookie in week 14, technically? And, definitionally, yes, but he will have had some serious seasoning, Caleb Williams, at that point in time. So that might be a little bit of a tougher game to get later in the year as opposed to earlier in the year. Again, the trade-off there is you got to go to Minnesota. I would rather catch Minnesota. I'd rather catch Minnesota at home early in the year working in a rookie quarterback than later in the year. At least the Bears game is in Santa Clara for the 49ers. Again, we got awful lot of regulars, awful lot of love here. Thank you very, very much for getting in here. If you're not normally here, because we don't normally go off at this hour, I feel like I need to tell you that we got a live show for you at 11 a.m. on 5 days a week, West Coast time, 11 a.m. is when we go. Videos and shorts and all that good stuff drop throughout the entirety of the week with 8:45 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is all West Coast time. Larry Krueger and I go live with a little show we call Wake Up, where we go over the latest, greatest Niners news that you can find. But there is a serious gauntlet baked into this schedule. Serious gauntlet baked into this schedule for the 49ers. Otis Bird, that Greenbrier road trip. That Greenbrier road trip might be between Green Bay and Buffalo. I thought maybe if you were catching 2 games down in Florida in back-to-back weeks, if the 49ers would have been given that little mercy by the scheduling gods, that could have been a benefit to them. Certainly just hang out in Florida in between both those games, but those games are separated way too far away to be staying anywhere. So there you go. Oh, by the way, did I say Bo Nix got drafted by the Minnesota Vikings? JJ McCarthy. Thank you very, very much. Yes, I still got to get my new quarterbacks in new places. Memory points just right down. But thank you very, very much for the correction. I didn't even realize that I said that out loud. 2 Thursday night games. Yeah, I do believe that's the way it looks. There are your Thursday night games are at Seattle. And in week 15, home to the Rams, you got 2 Thursday nighters, 2 Monday nighters, and 2 Sunday nighters. There are 6 primetime games. And it's amazing that Kansas City game's not in prime time, given the fact that the last Super Bowl that these two teams played in was the most watched television show in, I believe, the history of the United States. We're way out of sip of the day territory. That's just water. It is going to be brutal. Christian McCaffrey's health is paramount. I don't even need to talk about Brock Purdy's health. We all know how important that is. There is no getting around. You're not going to get through this season without a fully healthy Brock Purdy basically the entire way. Health is paramount for any NFL team's fortunes. We certainly know that. But as you look at how difficult this schedule is, 49ers better stay healthy. They better stay healthy. Otis, I agree. Mid-season bye weeks, always the best. Starting in week 4 through 6, a little too early, a little too late on the back end. They do catch a benefit of a decent bye week. There you go. Gotta love that bye week. Drew saying, thinking of a road game, Tampa for my 50th is a possibility. Look, my mom lives in Sarasota, Florida. My sister lives in St. Petersburg. Hell, there's a chance I might go to that Tampa game, to be honest with you. Nathaniel Richards saying, Damon, does this mean that Plus Mania 5 will be during the bye week again? Yeah, I think it will be. I think it will be because, of course, Plus Mania 4, Damon's a Poppin', will be happening in June around the Fuck John Fisher reverse boycott with our good friends at the Last Dive Bar. Stay tuned for more details there. But thank you very much to Anthony. A little super chatting over here. A couple bucks going in that ganja jar. Congratulations, a true microphone warrior. How about this, Anthony? Thank you very much. I really had no other choice. I was sitting around talking to Jillian the day I got laid off. We were going over my skill sets, and we didn't have any. There were none. No skill sets other than I like to talk sports. So that's what I got. And thank God we have an opportunity to keep on going over here. Drew, thank you very, very much. We're just talking about your birthday. Thank you very much for the congrats. Really appreciate the generosity. Thank you very, very much. My man Andrew didn't have much to say, but he certainly had a lot to give. Thank you very much, Andrew. I appreciate that. Gulp of the day. Yes, Michelle, we officially, I guess, just had ourselves the gulp of the day. Martin says, do you think they might flex the Chiefs game? I guess anything could happen. Does that Chiefs game happen in the window where flexing games is now allowed? I would need that question answered definitively before I could just say, oh, yeah, oh, sure. It feels like week 7 is a little early for the whole flexing thing to have officially begun, so I don't know about that. But if you're Fox, you are protecting that game like it's your firstborn child. If you're Fox, you're not letting any network take that game away from you. And honestly, that game is so big, I don't know necessarily that the NFL wants it on a streaming service, although NFL games on streaming services are something we're all going to have to get used to. Let's see. I guess I can prove that by the fact that Kansas City Chiefs are going to be playing on Christmas again, and that has been moved to Netflix. As a matter of fact, very interesting article. This is not the schedule here, but this is interesting. Saw from my pal Joe Pampliano, who's a friend of the channel, that if you add in YouTube TV and the Sunday Ticket, so you have the Sunday Ticket, and you still want to watch, so because you have Sunday Ticket, you can watch anything, right? But if you had every single subscription service out there, all of it, YouTube TV is $72.99 a month. ESPN Plus is $10.99 a month. Peacock, $5.99 a month. Amazon Prime, $8.99 a month. Netflix, $6.99 a month. You add all of that times 6 to cover the entirety of the NFL season, plus the Sunday Ticket is $350. If you wanted to watch every single NFL game, you're spending over $1,000 at home for the entire year. $986 for all the streaming services, because we now have the NFL not just on network TV, but on YouTube TV, ESPN Plus, Peacock, Prime, Netflix. They should really put those all in one place and just call it cable, and we'll just go back to that. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be really, really nice? Anyways, fascinating stuff from Joe Pampliano, who's a great Twitter follow. I suggest that you do. So, Martin, I don't know if they can flex that game in week 7. Well. Red Jet saying 20K is just a pit stop on the way to 100. Red Jet, thank you very much. I hope that you are right, because I think at 100,000, YouTube sends you a fancy little plaque. I'm gonna want that. James Jones, who we got to know this year, got to know him when he shared with us the passing of his father. James Jones, my 50th birthday is tomorrow, and the schedule release, a very nice present. What can I tell you, James? We celebrate birthdays of great individuals here on this channel. So we're celebrating you right now. Happy birthday to you, JJ. Nathaniel, I like sports. I could be a broadcaster. George Costanza, I could be a general manager. I could be a talk show host. I just saw that episode a couple days ago. Look, if you got to go and stay with someone in Green Bay, we all know that Big Mac 8675 has just moved there. Big Mac, can we all come over to your place for the Green Bay game? Even though I'm telling everyone, bring a blanket. I think we got a place to crash. I mean, what's the point of moving to Green Bay if you can't have like 1,000 of your best friends over for the Niner game? Oh, now we're getting requests. Now we're getting some requests. Rick, Mighty Bone Feliciano, we do have our official horn section here. Damon would love to see some beautiful meats barbecued from the grill. Summertime, summertime. It's coming. It's coming. We will be doing brisket on the grill. We'll be doing, I'm telling you, pork chops. I don't know if you can get better than pork chop. Barbecued pork chops on the grill. Some teriyaki pork chops on the grill. These are delicious. And I nail it. Nail that just under medium, not raw, just a little pinkish hue, juicy as hell. We know what to do it. So, look, see you in Tampa. Sean's got us coming to Tampa. I'll let you know. Damon, can I join the cartel? Absolutely, Paul Price. Come on in. You want a membership? That's available. You want a super chat? That's easy to do. But all you got to do is hit that like and subscribe. That goes a very, very long way to helping indeed. Man, I am ready for this football season. It's still a very long ways away. There's no doubt about that. But it's like 125 days to that Monday nighter. I saw something absurd, like the New York Jets are playing in prime time 6 times in the first 11 weeks. That is an awful lot of Aaron Rodgers and his tinfoil hat conspiracy theories being thrown at us in a short amount of time over an NFL season. So that's going to be painful. I'd like to see the 49ers just go about shutting his mouth up in week 1 just a little bit. Week 2 at the Minnesota Vikings. Again, perfect time to catch a rookie quarterback before he really gets his feet underneath him. So we'll see. I got the Niners starting 2-0. You want to do this? You really want to do this? You want to do this? What's the record? Where's the first loss of the year? Where is the first loss of the year? It's not week 1 against the Jets. It's not week 2 in Minnesota. That's going to be a win. At Los Angeles, that is a home game for the 49ers, even though it's at Los Angeles. And we all know that regular season Kyle Shanahan has got an awful lot of ownership over regular season Sean McVay. So that ain't going to be it. New England ain't going to be it. Arizona, week 5. Again, those freaking Cardinals. You kind of overlook them, right? They're the Arizona Cardinals. Don't need to worry about them. There's something about the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, it feels like they always take one game off the Niners. Maybe that's it. Because no one wants to say you're going to go up to Seattle and lose on that Thursday night. And no one wants to see this team lose to Kansas City Chiefs again. And I'm just saying, look, there's no getting that taste of losing 2 Super Bowls to a team out of your mouth. That can't happen. That stings and that hurts forever. But I had somebody say in a chat the other day, like, hey, you could beat the Chiefs 72-0. It doesn't matter because they've got the Super Bowl wins. Got and gonna get are 2 different things. What's been gotten by the Chiefs is in the past. There's no change in that. Unless you got a time machine, it can't be changed. I'm telling you right now, if you're selling me a 72-0 win over the Kansas City Chiefs, I'll buy that right now. I'll buy that right now. And once that happens, the word insignificant would not be attached to it. So let's not get crazy with our declarations of it doesn't matter what happens. Everything that happens in this schedule matters. They will beat the Cowboys because they're better than the Cowboys. See, if I really do this, I'm going to have them going 16-1. I'm going to sound like some douchebag. I'm not going to do that again. There are 5 losses on this schedule. I'm sure of it. There are 5 losses, but I don't think we see anything other than a 3-0 start. And that's going to get the 49ers 2 wins on the road before they've even played 2 home games this regular season if they really do start 3-0. And look, you like to break up a schedule into nice little quadrants, take it 4 games at a time as you're looking at it. New England Patriots coming in on Sunday after you're coming back from SoFi Stadium. That's a win. It's a 4-0 start. I'm not going to go any further than that. It's a 4-0 start for the 49ers. Remember, they began 5-0 last year. Drew saying Kyle is McVay's daddy. He really is. Except for the fact he lost an NFC title game to him, which sort of, again, the balance of power there is way out of whack until you realize that one of the very few wins McVay has is an NFC championship game. And boy, those scales of who's kicking whose ass start balancing things out. You know, I mean, they really do. It is, you know, if a regular season win is worth 100 pounds, a postseason win is worth 1,000 pounds. And yes, I could be talking about currency or actual weight. So, appreciate you, Paul Price, dropping a $20 in the jar. Appreciate you. Keep going. That's exactly what we're going to do. Keeping going is the only direction I know to go in. I am sure that when laid off, a plan was he'll leave the market. He's going to get a job somewhere else. Evil laugh. That ain't going to happen. Don't make me get the evil voice out. By the way, we have achieved
Maximum Football!
Feels good. It feels good to know what the schedule looks like. It feels so good to have so many of you who join me for live shows every day at 11 come right on back here and be part of this primetime show. Primetime East Coast anyways. For our East Coast audience, it's a primetime show. Thank you for joining me either on your ride home. I do have grandparents upstairs taking care of the boys, but now Jack is home, so that means I got to clock back in. So join me once again. 11 a.m. on Thursday, and that's West Coast time. We're going to be right back at it. We'll have much more on the NFL schedule. We got NBA playoffs rolling here. We got ourselves Giants and Doyers once again. That has not gone well, San Francisco. I'm just telling you right now, if you look at the next decade, Shohei Ohtani, so I'm looking at the Dodgers in terms of a decade. In the decade that's about to happen, will the Dodgers be 75 games above 500 on the Giants? 100 games? I don't even know if they play. Yeah, I mean, that could happen. That's how much the Dodgers look like the varsity against not even the JV team. Right now, it's been a rough couple nights for the San Francisco Giants. They look like a Little League team compared to the Dodgers. Mentally says, don't forget Shanahan sucks at coaching in weather. No, I don't think it's the coach's issue. Brock Purdy has not looked good in the rain. So I'm prescribing plenty of sunshine, as much sunshine as you can actually get it. But no, we're not gonna blame Kyle Shanahan for any, coaching problems in the rain. Come on. That ain't it. Sporticus with the love. 20K, plow the road. Obstacles be damned. I think he meant damned, not dawned. But thank you very much, Sporticus. How about this? Dr. Paul Hughes, who was sponsoring Postgame and Damon for half of last year's NFL schedule. I hope Doc plans on coming back. Doc, I actually got a phone call to make to you tomorrow. Not about any sponsorships, but a little thank you thing that I got for you. So we're going to be talking tomorrow. Dr. Paul Hughes, we are all going to be talking tomorrow, and I hope you plan on being right back here. But there you go. There is your schedule release spectacular. If I had a graphics department, I would have had all of this running on the lower third. We would have had fancy graphics. We're not there yet. But thank you so much for being here tonight. One more time. Monday Night Football. Dun, 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 bum, bum, dun, 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 dun. New York Jets week 1. At Minnesota Vikings, week 2, week 3. At the Rams, you come home for week 4 and 5 to take on the Patriots and the Cardinals. You go back out on the road for a Thursday nighter up in Seattle in week 6. Home in week 7 to the Kansas City Chiefs. Home in week 8 to the Dallas Cowboys. What a monster slice of games from week 1 to week 8. Woo! Again, the only easy game you got there is maybe it'll be easy to play a rookie in Minnesota, and Minnesota ain't an easy place to play. Week 10 after the bye at Tampa, home to Seattle, at Green Bay, at Buffalo, the Chicago Bears week 14 in Santa Clara, Rams in Santa Clara in week 15, at the Miami Dolphins in week 16. That is right before Christmas and right before New Year's. It's the Detroit Lions, and that might be the only break, because Detroit is going to come out of the gates this year looking to whip some ass. We know that. It's kind of what Dan Campbell and company do. Isn't that right, Dan? Where is my guy? Hold on. Where is he?
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Well, maybe in week 17, that game doesn't matter nearly as much as it might have earlier on in the year. Or there's always also this. The weight of that game is massive. Maybe that is still late in the year. 2 teams duking it out for seeding, a 1 seed in the NFC. Maybe week 17 against the Lions on a Monday night in Santa Clara is a huge one after all. But that also could be backup city by week 17. Week 18 at the Arizona Cardinals. And there you go. Your 2024 49ers schedule is out. And we'll have even more to say about it come Thursday on the show. And going forward, 8:45 a.m. Wake Up with Larry Krueger Friday morning will be a must-see. So I hope you plan on being there. Remember, like that podcast. Subscribe to that podcast anywhere you get your podcast. Can't watch the YouTube show? Download the podcast. Everything we do magically shows up there as well. And again, if you do miss this live, it's YouTube. It's there for you whenever you need it. And to just end this on a little bit of a mushy note, when I needed my audience the most, when I needed you the most, you were there for me. You were there for me. Every single one of my regulars, I know your names. I have met you, so many of you. I've hugged you. You've met my wife. You've met my children. This has been an incredibly, even though, YouTube represents the biggest audience I could ever have, a bigger potential audience than any radio station anywhere in the world could ever give anybody. The amount of intimacy that comes with the little community that we have built over here, it's been incredible. And I thank you all. I thank Larry Krueger for reaching his hand out and pulling me into this space without any hesitation. It's my partner in crime right there, and my true partner in crime, my wife, Jillian. God, I could almost cry, because if not for her unwavering support, if not for her just being incredibly technically savvy in every area that I am not technically savvy at all in, if it weren't for Jillian, I would be driving around screaming a show out a car window. Just driving around the streets of San Francisco with a window down. Let me tell you, I think this Brock Purdy guy is going to be pretty good after. What am I in London? I'm facing the wrong way. I'd be going out this way. That Brock Purdy guy, he's pretty good. I don't know why everyone still doesn't like him, or a lot of people are telling you he's not good. Like, that's how I would be doing my show if not for my wife. So, honey, thank you. The rest of you honeys, thank you so much. Larry, honey, thank you so much. Let's see. I'm going to be doing a Friday show with my pal Guy Haberman. We're going to be doing that at 11 o'clock. So make sure to keep a lookout for that. Big plans. By the time that Jets game kicks off, we'll officially be cranking. Thanks to all 20,000 original subscribers. You OGs mean the world to me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the support. And please do remember that sports don't build character. They reveal it. And like that, he's